The moon is no door. It is a face in its own right. White as a knuckle and terribly upset. It drags the sea after it like a dark crime. It is quiet, with the gape of complete despair. I live here. Twice on Sunday the bells startle the sky. 8 great tongues affirming the resurrection. At the end, they soberly bunk out their names. The U3 points up. It has a Gothic shape. The eyes lift after it and find the moon. The moon is my mother. She is not sweet like Mary. Her blue garments unloose small bats and owls. How I would like to believe in tenderness. The face of the effigy, gentled by candles, bending, on me particular, its mild eyes. I have fallen a long way. Clouds are flowering, blue and mystical over the face of the stars. Inside the church, the saints will be all blue, floating on their delicate feet over the cold pews, their hands and faces stiff with holiness. The moon sees nothing of this. She is bold and wild, and the message of the U3 is blackness. Blackness and silence.
And Plaster, I shall never get off of this. There are two of me now. This new absolutely white person and the other one. And the white person is certainly the superior one. She doesn't need food and she is one of the real saints. At the beginning I hated her. She has no personality. She lay in bed with me like a dead body. And I was scared because she was shaped just the way I was. Only much withered and incredible with no complaints. I couldn't sleep for a week. She was so cold. I blamed her for everything. But she didn't answer. I couldn't understand her stupid behavior. When I hit her, she held still, like a true pacifist. Then I realized she was what she wanted for me to love her. She began to warm up, and I saw her advantage. Without me, she wouldn't act, so of course she was grateful. I gave her a soul. I bloomed out of her as a rose. I bloomed out of a vase of no very valuable porcelain, and it was I who attracted everybody's attention. Not her whiteness and her beauty, as I had the first supposed. I patronized her a little, and she laid it up. You could tell almost at honest she had the same mentality. In the morning, she woke me up early, reflection in the sun, from her amazingly white torso, and I couldn't help but notice her tiredness, her calmness, and her patience. She humored my weakness like the best of nurses, holding my bones in place so they would mend properly. In relationship was who grow more intense.
Ariel, stasis in darkness, then the substanceless blue pour off during distances. God's lioness, how one we grow, pivot of heels and knees. The furrow splits and passes, sister to the brown arc of their neck I cannot catch. Nigger eye berries cause dark hooks, black sweet blood mouthfuls, shadows. Something else holds me through air, thighs, hair, flakes from my heels. White Godiva, iron peel, dead hands, dead stringencies. And now I foam to eat, a glitter of seas. The child's cry melts in the wall, and I am the roe. The dew that flies, suicidal, at one with the drive into the red eye, the cauldron of morning.
Purda, jade, stone of the side, the agonized sight of a green atom. I smile, cross-legged, enigmatical shifting my clarities. So valuable, how the sun polishes this shoulder, and should the moon, my indefatigable cousin, rise with her cancerous pallors, dragging trees, little bushy polyps, little nets, my visibilities hide. I gleam like a mirror. At this face of the bridegroom arise, Lord of the mirrors. It is himself he guides in among the silk screens, his rustling appurtenances. I breathe, and the mild veil steers its curtain. My eye, veil is a concatenation of rainbows. I am his. Even in his absence, I revolve in my sheath of impossibles, priceless and quiet among these parakeets and macaws. Oh, chatterers, the tinsel the eyelash, I shall unloose one feather like a peacock, a tinsel the lip. I shall unloose one note, shattering the chandelier of air that all day plies its crystals. A million ignorance. Attendants, attendants, and at this next step I shall unloose. I shall unloose from a small jeweled doll he guards like a heart, the lioness, the shriek in the back, the cloak of holes.
The Colossus. I shall never get you put together entirely, pieced, glued, and properly jointed. Mule bay, pig grunt, and body cackles proceed from your great lips. It's worse than a barnyard. Perhaps you consider yourself an oracle, mouthpiece of the dead or of some god or other. 30 years now I have labored to dredge the silt from your throat. I am none the wiser, scaling little ladders with glue pots and pails of Lysol. I crawl like an ant in mourning over the weedy acres of your brow, to mend the immense skull plates and clear the bald, white cumuli of your eyes. A blue sky out of the Orestia arches above us. Oh, Father, all by yourself, you are pithy and historical, as the Roman Forum. I open my lunch on a hill of black cypress. Your fluttered bones and acanthine hair are littered. In their old anarchy to the horizon line, it would take more than a lightning stroke to create such a ruin. Nights I squat in the cornucopia of your left ear, out of the wine, counting the red stars and those of plum color. The sun rises under the pillar of your tongue. My hours are married to shadow. No longer do I listen for the scrape of a keel on the blank stones of the landing.